Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Rebuild 3 Gangs of Deadsville. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about $10. However, there is a special promotion right now for one of the Steam sales. You can get it for 40% off until December 1st, 2021. So if you like what you see here, you can pick it up for fairly cheap. So what is Rebuild 3? Well, this comes from a line of Flash games that I used to play, and Rebuild 3 is the latest in the series. The general gameplay loop is this. You've got some survivors that are skilled in various things, and you're going to try and complete one of the map's objectives in order to move on. So in this game, there's a campaign which will task you with trying to get to one of the good endings. You'll basically go from map to map to map. And in my experience, you can only take a couple of people with you. So if you have a nice big base, the game will be like, no, you lost all of that now, and you're moving on to the next map, but you get to take one or two with you. At least that's what I remember. It's been a while. This game was released back in 2015. But eventually you're going to reach a map where it's the end map, and you're going to get one of the, I think, 3 endings or something like that. I think there's also a true ending that you can get, but you have to do some ridiculous set of things across all of the maps in order to get the best ending. If you're one of those completionist people that must have the best ending, check out the Steam guides. Because this game was released 6 years ago, there's a guide out there or two for it, I'm sure. So how does the gameplay work? Well, besides the campaign, there's also the quick play if you want to do that and not do the campaign at all. But the general gameplay, like I said, is it's a real-time strategy game that you can pause if you want to. You can actually turn it into a turn-based game if you want to. On the bottom right-hand corner is a little green clock. You can set that to the pause button, and then the go button to let time flow again will turn into next day. So you can make it a turn-based if you want to, but typically it's a real-time strategy game where, like I said, you start off in one small part of the city. You've got maybe 5 tiles in your name, you control them, and your job is to research new survivors, to branch out to other tiles and capture them, because each tile contains a structure that might do something different. For example, farms will grant you food, so you have to make sure that you're getting enough food. If you don't have enough farms, you'll lose food over time. One way around that is to send someone out and scavenge. Certain tiles may have icons on them, like an apple or a backpack. The apple means that you can scavenge that place one time for food, but typically you're going to want farms set up so that you can just regenerate that food, because scavenging will only get you so far. Eventually you'll run out of things to scavenge. There are buildings that are purely defense, like the police station, for example, or the mall. They provide a defense, to the surrounding area, which is nice. There's a couple of other buildings that do that. There's a church, which will make people happy. Some structures even have specific missions, quote-unquote missions, that you can activate there. Like there's a laboratory, for example. This game features an extensive research tree where there's 3 different branches, and you can unlock various aspects and improve in various ways. If you want to focus on defense, there's a tree for that. If you want to focus on zombie killing, there's a tree for that, and so on. So what you need is a researcher type person. I'll get into the classes in a little bit, but typically you just go there and you pick a research and you have at it. Other buildings, like, again, there's banks that are purely defense. There's there's all sorts. There's housing that you have to worry about, so you need to make sure you've got apartments or that sort of housing complex to house all of your people. Otherwise, you can't bring in any new survivors, that kind of thing. You can also get wood and resources in this game. When you chop down trees in this game, there's a park tile that you can find, and you can continuously chop wood from that and get materials, and materials are used to expand your territory. Now, the more expand your territory, the harder it is to defend it. Every so often, zombie waves will come at your base from adjacent unexplored tiles or uncontrolled tiles, and you have to, fight them off. You can set people to guard duty on the tiles that you do own to negate their strength, so to speak. Like there'll be a color to them. If the zombies are yellow or red, you're kind of in trouble. So you may want to assign people to the wall at that location to defense, and then that will weaken them so that when they attack, it's not so bad. So yeah, there's lots of cool things to do. There's also different classes. There's a red soldier class, which they're great at killing stuff. There's the yellow scavenger, which is great at going out and scavenging things. There's the purple engineer, which is great for researching things. There's the green builder, which is great for building things. There's the blue leader, which is good at recruiting new people. Across the map, you'll find little question marks, and you can go to those locations and attempt to recruit someone at that. First, you have to scout the location, and then when you scout it, there may be a person icon there, and you can send a leader there to recruit. Now, it's worth noting that you can do these missions with the wrong class, but they just won't be as effective at doing it. Sending a builder to recruit, for example, may not yield you the best results. In fact, you'll sometimes come across dialogue options that'll go, you have a choice between these three things. Do you have a level 9 leader? You can do this. Or do you have a level 3 leader present? You can do this. And so on. So it's good to assign the right people to the right jobs so that when those RNG or those dialogue choices come up, you'll be able to do something with them. Eventually, you'll be able to form a government, and you can set policies. For example, you'll be able to set various things like nationalism, crime and punishment, private property. You can set various things that'll make people happy or unhappy as appropriate. By the way, on the quick play, you can set the difficulty. You can set the size of the maps. On the campaign, you can set the difficulty, but the map sizes are fixed because it's a fixed map. It's a fixed campaign that way. There are also factions in this game. You can make them happy or unhappy by, again, its dialogue choices. You can attack them. There's a trader that goes around and offers you various things. You can trade with him. But primarily, the gameplay loop is, let time flow. People are working on various jobs that you've assigned. When they're done, they'll go back to where they came from. Assign these people out. Okay, they're coming back, pause time, send them back out to do something else. Okay, let time flow. Okay, now they're done, pause time. So it's a job assignment simulator, if I had to describe it. You're going to be spending a lot of your time stopping and playing time, just letting it go, because you're reassigning people because people are either done or can't finish something, whatever. To the point where you've expanded so far that you've gotten through the entire map, and now you revealed typically the objective or objectives that you can go after. Some of the objectives might be you have to ally with all of the factions or defeat all the factions. Or another one might be there's a plane on this tile. Or there's... you have to fix up the plane. Or maybe, I vaguely recall one from a long time ago. There was a portal or something that I had to interact with. Or city government. I had to enact some kind of super final policy that took care of everything. So there are multiple ways to win in this game, but I'm not going to spoil them for you. I'm sure there's a guide if you really want to know. But yeah, this game isn't bad for what it is. For the price that it is now, it's $6. I think it is worth it. Even at $10, but I just want to warn you that the gameplay loop is roughly the same. Aside from the campaign story, if you just continuously do the quick play, it's going to be the same experience every single time, aside from random RNG events. Oh, this dog showed up, or this wanderer showed up, or these people want to be recruited. By the way, you can reassign classes in this game if you want to. Like, you can retrain people if you have too many workers, or too many builders, or too many scavengers. You can retrain them with the correct building. But anyway, getting back to my point, this game can be a bit monotonous because it's the same experience almost every time. So this is one of those games where I will install it, I will play it, and when I've completed a map, I just go back to uninstalling it, and then I'll come back maybe 6 months later, have my fill again. It's not like State of Decay. It will not take you several days/months to play and to explore. This is a quicker base building, base defense, uh, exploration, zombie survival experience, in my opinion. It's not bad. I'm just saying it's quicker than. So if you want the long haul, I would recommend a game like State of Decay 2, where it's going to take you a while to explore the map, to go out. It's more of a slog. This one, it's again more of a flash game. This game comes from a long line of flash games. Rebuild 1 and 2. Those are games I vaguely remember playing way back when, but the dinosaurs roamed the earth at that point, so my memory's a little fuzzy. But yeah, I do recommend this game, assuming that you like the whole idea of a flash zombie survival game. And yeah, to be fair, a lot of people do. I certainly do. So yeah, check this one out. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.